She's a shadow in the glow of your screen, a whistle in the wind where your secrets lean. You can run, but you can't delete. She's got the truth, receipts on repeat. Claim a fight back, she's a thief in the night. No fakers, safe from the spotlight fight. Say what you will, but don't think she's blind. The internet's forever, and she's got the time. She's the siren of your digital sins, calling out lies with a devilish grin. Your whispers echo, your mask will crack. She's a thunder, Kramer bites back. Every DM, every post you thought was toast. Kramer bites back, she's a thief in the night. Your whistle in the wind where your secrets lean. You can run, but you can't delete. She's got the truth, receipts on repeat. Receipts on repeat. Kramer bites back. Kramer bites back, she's the teeth in the night. No fakers, safe from a spotlight fight. Say what you will, but don't think she's blind. The internet's forever, and she's got the time. Kramer bites back. She's the siren of your digital sins, calling out lies with a devilish grin. Your whispers echo, your mask will crack. She's the thunder, and Kramer bites back. Every DM, every post you thought was toast. Kramer bites back, she's the teeth in the night. No whistle in the wind where your secrets lean. You can run, but you can't delete. She's got the truth, receipts on repeat. Receipts on repeat. Every DM, every post, every boast you thought was ghost. Going out was ghost. Was ghost. You thought was ghost. She's a mystery, a mastermind, exposing the stories you try to hide. She's a mirror you fear to face, a rebel heart in cyberspace. A rep beats.
Shout out to the mods, all the real MVPs, holding down the fort while I chase these dreams. You keep it clean, keep it kind, keep the vibe just right while I'm live on the mic, bringing joy every night. You catch the trolls at the chat, drop the links, always one step ahead, faster than we think. You're the backbone, the pulse, the silent flame. Without your love, it wouldn't feel the same. Every stream's a team and you lead the way, with heart, with hustle every single day. So here's to the crew that keeps it tight. You make this space feel bold and bright. To my sons, my day ones, my ride or die. You lift me up, help me touch the sky. Every like, every chat, every comment you drop pushes us forward, this train don't stop. Never seen a vibe like this before, a family that's real, not just a score. I give my all in every love I do, so you can laugh, feel seen, and speak your view. We're more than a stream, we're a movement loud, a neon lit storm, a digital crowd. Mod subs, lurkers too, you're the heartbeat of all I do. SBC crew, we rise, we shine, different voices all aligned. Love, discuss, speak your truth, this space is powered by me and you. From the bottom of my heart I see you true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't be here if you reverse the vibe, the neon queen, streaming truth through every screen. Mods on deck, subs in flight, SBC crew, we own the night. This ain't just chat, it's legacy made. Every laugh, every truth, every accolade. So when I sign off, just know it's true. I'm blessed, I'm loud, and I ride with you. SBC forever, crown on my card, let's go. Let's go! Never seen a vibe like this go. Never seen a vibe like this go. Never seen a vibe. Every like, every chat, every comment you drop pushes us stop. Push you can laugh, feel seen, don't stop. Pushes us forward, this train don't stop. Never seen a vibe like this before. A family that's real, not just a score. I give my all in every love I do, so you can laugh, feel seen, and speak your view. We're all enough in the movement now. I need a lit storm, not just a score. I give my all in every love I do, so you can laugh, feel seen, and speak your view. I'm more than a stream, we're a movement loud, a neon lit storm, a digital crowd. Mods, subs, lurkers too, you're the heartbeat of all I do. SPC crew, we rise, we shine. Different voices all aligned. Laugh, discuss, speak your truth. This space is powered by me and you. From the bottom of my heart, I see you true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. I wouldn't be here. SPC crew, we rise, we shine. Different voices all aligned. Laugh, this all aligned. Laugh, discuss, speak your truth. This space is powered by me and you. From the bottom of my heart, I see you true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. SPC crew, we rise, we shine. Different voices all aligned. Thank you for the love, the fire, the flame. Together, we're more than just a name. From the bottom of my heart, I see you true. It's all because of you, SPC crew.
I stand by Clue, by Cletus, baby Clue, queen and her littles. I stand by truth to like us through, no fear in the middle. From day one, they opened doors, gave me a place to belong. The strongest crew on YouTube, we rise, we stay strong. They accepted me fully, no judgment, no disguise. Creators who care, who see each sub with their eyes. Ex-Darksider talking reckless, burning bridges, playing games. But we expose the lies, we don't bow to fake names. Ex-Darksider talking loud, calling friends and turning fake. Pull the lowest of the low, now the mask begins to break. But as a creator, I'll shine the light, expose the lies they spread. Clue, Cletus, Queen, and Druid, my tribe that beat me respect. This ain't just drama, it's a case close to heart. A missing child, truth telling, that's where we start. Truth and Mrs. Truth, respect for what you do. Hardest job in the world, we stand right with you. Putting info out, crossing lines, that's gotta stop. But we'll guard our creators, rise up to the top. Subs and mods, every name, every face. We're family, we're lawyers, we won't be erased. We stand together, stronger than before. Darksiders united, we're 10 times more. Protect our creators, speak out, stand tall. You think we'll fall apart? Nah, we'll never fall. To the ones who betrayed, showed their true colors clear. We see through the noise, your mask disappears. All in the name of a child, near and dear to us all. We won't let your poison win, we answer the call. Creators stand tall, subs rise side by side. Truth is our weapon, loyalty our guide. Darksiders forever, FOFO, we shine the light, let the whole world know. Kiffle out, crossing lines, that's gotta stop. But we'll guard our creators, rise up to the top. Subs and mods, every name, every face. We're family, we're warriors, we won't be erased. We stand together, stronger than before. Darksiders united, we're 10 times more. Protect our creators, speak out, stand tall. You think we'll fall apart? Nah, we'll never fall. Darksiders for life, FOFO. We shine the light, let the whole world know. Clue, Cletus, Queen. I stand by Clue, by Cletus, baby Clue, queen and her littles. I stand by truth to like us through, no fear in the middle. From day one, they opened doors, gave me a place to belong. The strongest crew on YouTube, we rise, we stay strong. They accepted me fully, no judgment, no disguise. Creators who care, who see each sub with their eyes. Ex-Darksider talking reckless, burning bridges, playing games. But we expose the lies, we don't bow to fake names.
Guess that porch swing posse meets back row bass. Little sailor riding tall on a short stack frame. Mask on, true loaded, receipts in the glove box. Let's purge. They're short but mighty, boots on the airwaves. Sailor drives thunder down tick-tock lanes. Air skull on the Stetson, mask on the screen. Calling out the bullshit purge queen meme. Hashtag purge crew rolling, we ride, we ride. From the holler to the hard drive, side by side. Yeah, yeah. Got a steel string hard and a neon mic. She'll stitch your lies like a Friday night fight. Upload spin like a creek boat wheel. Popping open secrets with a howdy and steel. AI beats fused with that banjo chop. Throw a yeehaw over 808 drop. Survivor strong. Got scars that sing. Turns trauma to a torch. Watch the porch light bling. Receipts in the saddlebag. Hashtags blaze. Hashtag FUBJ. Spray painted on the side of the stage. If you fake that funk, better duck that shade. Sailors coming for the mask of mighty. Boots on the airwaves. Slowly time flowing out pleat top lanes. Air skull on the Stetson, mask on the screen. Calling out the bullshit purge queen meme. Hashtag purge crew rolling, we ride, we ride. From the holler to the hard drive, side by side. Yeah. From the red clay roads to the Wi-Fi stream, she wrangles trolls like tumbleweeds, living loud for the voiceless kin. Wheelchair wheels carve the asphalt him. Hashtag RA survivor, hashtag DV strong. She's lifting up folks who been done wrong. Tea gets spilled in a Dixie cup. Sip that truth, watch the sub count jump. Light it one for the lost, crank the amps for the found. When the night gets thick, she's the loudest sound. Hip hot ain't might, that's her battle cry. Standing tiptoe tall to paint the sky. They're short but mighty, boots on the airwaves. Sailor drives thunder down tick-tock lanes. Air skull on the Stetson, mask on the screen. Calling out the bullshit purge queen meme. Hashtag purge crew rolling, we ride, we ride. From the holler to the hard drive, side by side. And when the porch light flickers on a midnight screen, know a tiny titan's talking big and clean.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. And yes, I'd be up there with the girls line dancing. Well, I'd have to learn it first, but I love what Crown Reels did with that. It was amazing. How is everybody tonight besides some of us a little bit chilly? Hi, Wilby. Hi, AD. Hey, Mom. Hey, little bro. It's good to see you guys. Hope anybody with, thank you, cold weather is staying warm. I am not ready for the cold. I really am not. I mean, I do like the snow when it looks all pretty near Christmas time, but, that's about it. I appreciate AD so much. I haven't gone through it yet, but that's what I'm going to be doing tonight, is going through it and writing everything down in my, custom true crime notebook that Squishy did for me, and write down all the notes possible. So I appreciate it so very much. The more I know, the better it is. Now, I don't know how many of you watched Queen Bee or watched the actual live. I did with Queen Bee. So I didn't give said person a view. And the one thing I want to point out, because I love it, is right here. Right here is my own little watermark. I absolutely adore it. I have a watermark. I didn't know I could have one, and I'm excited. But, oh yeah, push anything you need over for the first time in months and months and months. Yeah, I know you did. Seth Rogers went live, and I know a lot of people will review it, and I'm gonna be one of those people only because this case is this case has really gotten to me because not only is my brother on the spectrum, but my two youngest kids are. So Sebastian I really connected with it. What? No, Wilby, no. Did she really? Did that bitch really do that? For what? What'd she strike her for? Over her own text? J for Justice, whatchamacallit, struck Queen. For something to do. Although I don't know exactly how she struck her because I know Jay's went on Kick a lot more. Let me go on Queens. I wonder if this happened after, because I fell asleep during everything, so I wonder. Oh, here we go. Really, Jay suggests you're starting a strike game, privacy striking me for a text you wrote. I'll be sure showing Jay for Justice's somebody who sent her the text messages. You wrote for a voice text of you calling someone's sister a racial slur. Timestamp 1 hour, 22 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go to that so I can show that. I love that she put it there. Hi, Queen Bee. We would like to inform you that we received a privacy concern about your content. Before we review the content, we'd like to give you an opportunity to review and, if necessary, modify and remove any potential private information with the reported contact. Now, no, I know, Queen, no private information. She doesn't give it out. It's not like people's phone numbers were showing or anything like that. Yep, I got it up. Thanks, Wilby.
My feces are hurting. You made me upset. I got hurt you.
Please find below the listed. Wow. Jay, you're growing old, Jay. And the only thing, it's so weird because, one, Jay streams on Kick now. 2, Queen does, if it's a privacy strike, don't worry, she's not down. Privacy strikes are completely different than copyright strikes. Like if you're reviewing, you get a copyright strike, that takes you down. So, I know Queen, she was on, I think she was on earlier. I know she isn't. I don't believe she's taken down. Because privacy strikes usually aren't for that. But um, it's something that was sent to her, so she could prove the allegations of what Jay had said. She wanted to show the document, i.e., the text and the voice thing, to show people that she wasn't just talking, on rumors and speculations. It was her way of showing, backing it up, pretty much. Just showing what really did happen, this really did happen, so that way it's not, hearsay. Queen Bee's been at this for a long time, and Jay's just gonna be a pathetic little whiny bitch. God damn. Oh, wait a minute, it was Jay's mod? That makes it better. That makes it even funnier because, according to TOS, Terms of Service on YouTube, you cannot strike somebody. You cannot be a person to strike another channel on somebody else's behalf. That's actually not allowed. Will be really? I'm gonna look that up. All right. What happens if Okay, here we go. Alright. If someone falsely submits a strike on behalf of another creator, the targeted creator's content may be removed and they will receive a privacy strike on their account. While YouTube does have a process to verify claims, false abuse strikes can happen and the uploader will need to go through the... I'm sure she appealed it, of course. If the strike is removed by YouTube Human Review, the associated penalties will also be removed. Which, for a privacy strike, it just takes the video down. It doesn't take the channel. Let's see. Let's see. We'll say mods. Trying to word it. I can't spell for crap.
No, you can't.
Alright, let's see if that works. If one creator issues a solution. Let's see. No, a random person cannot submit. Okay, here we go. No, a random person cannot submit a privacy strike on YouTube. Only the individual who is uniquely identifiable in the content can file privacy complaint. The process is distinct from copyright strike, which random persons who the individual can file. What constitute let's see. Okay. Ooh, I almost forgot to put YouTube. A random person files a privacy strike. The complaint. Remove. The first strike may result in limited features. Blah 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 blah. Obviously, policy training creators can complete just 9 days. Well, yeah, no, whoever decided to strike her, sorry, I'm gonna look at you guys' chat. Allegedly, one of Jay's mods struck Queen Bee. Now, striking somebody, like privacy striking, so any kind of strike. If say a mod or a sub does it on behalf of a creator, but not the creator themselves, that's against TOS. You can't just have your subs and mods go privacy strike somebody. You have to do it as the creator to creator. Well, she's on kick when she goes on like with this kind of thing. Her new thing is Kujingo, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's just the things I have heard over the past few days. It is astonishing. Like everything. That we know about TOS, and especially you don't ever want to start a strike war. You just don't. It's not a smart idea. It's not something you really want to get into, because then it can become a strike war, which that gets all messy. I just think old Jay is just sad puppy crying because shit got leaked out by her own mod. It wasn't just anybody who sent it to Queen. No. There was a mod or ex mod, whatever, all Jays that sent it to Queen, the screenshot and the recording. So when people were coming and saying, oh, Jay said this, Jay said that, what does Queen do? She always pulls out the receipts. So she pulled out the receipts with what she got sent from a mod or ex mod of Jay's, and in order to state something as a fact, you have to have the receipts, you have to have the evidence. So therefore, all Queen was doing was confirming something that had been talked about. That's all she did. I don't think she'll have any problem appealing it. I think she'll get it back. I think it won't cause her channel anything. Like I said, it is a privacy strike. It's not a copyright strike. A copyright strike, that's different. That's when you can go down for 7 to 10 days. Privacy strike just means your video is hidden until you appeal it and they review it. That's pretty much what it is. Now, she does have a timestamp that I was looking for yesterday. I was looking for it yesterday, so you guys could hear it. So let me pull it up. It's 122 to 125. All right, hold on.
Seconds long. I don't know what it even is, but it says this is Jay for Justice. Let's see what it is. So I don't know. I haven't heard it. I don't know.
What are they going to do? Get Dr. BE after you? Vanessa's. Oh my God, I'm going to say it, and you better delete this. Vanessa's sister. What are they going to do?
What?
Get Dr. BE after you? Vanessa's. Oh my God, I'm going to say it, and you better delete this. Vanessa's nigger sister.
What?
Wow, I did think I heard that word. Yeah, she said it. That is a recording that one of her mods sent to Queen Bee, and you guys heard it right. You guys heard exactly what she said.
Racial slur is violation of
She said the racial slur in its entirety. And I'm assuming she's just pissy because guess what? Queen Bee got some Queen Bee got the information to back it up for her. So nobody was running around saying, oh, Jay said this, Jay said that. No. Heard about it, and Queen got confirmation like this that it actually happened. It's a free world. If you're in private conversations, there's nothing against people sending private conversations. Certain things are, but the part about the text version of it, if people are texting, I mean, look at it. Angela Skips and Go-Go. She's always putting out screenshots. And once you say that shit to somebody, you better believe they're going to come back privacy. It's going to be aired out. You take that risk in any, private chats. It does not matter. The point of the whole thing is that she should have never, ever freaking said that word. Because in my whole entire life, I have never said that word. Because my mama raised me right. My bio father, not so much. He would use that word. He was kind of racist. So that always bothered me about him. And I am so glad I'm not anything like that. Because I have never said that word in my life. And I don't know how. I can't. Yes, and then there was a male body part. It was covered up. But that Jay sent to somebody, and it's classified revenge corn. What do we... Yeah, I honestly, I think her numbers should... What the heck? Okay, you go on doing what you did in the first place. Then you go on talking crap about everybody else. Then you go on to saying stuff like this with... and sending things like this to people. Talking how you talk. Of course, not thinking it's going to be released to the public. But just like... Especially Clue. Clue says her Discord, there we go. Discord is pretty much an open Discord because she knows that people from the other side get in there. So everybody's always told, if you don't want it said out there on the internet or posted on the internet from somebody, don't say anything you wouldn't want shown. Same goes for any and everything else from a creator. If you don't want things ever shown, don't do them. That's utterly disgusting. God, that made me queasy-eyed. Ooh. I'll continue.
What? Wow, Jay, you piece of shit, you. And this is her, says, and I said, don't you mention my son while your daughter is shacked up with a N-word with the hard R. And then she says, look in your own backyard before you look in mine.
Whoa.
Wow.
Who got this? Holy fuck.
This is between Jay and one of her mods.
Now, this screenshot that she's showing right now, this is new to me. I didn't see this part. So this is actually going to be new to me like you guys.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's on my community tab. And it says, I'm addicted to this trial for, and it says, binging it. I love this lawyer. She's a badass. And usually black criminals bore me. But this kid was a good kid overall, considering she actually said in one of them that she doesn't like covering people of color. But here she said, Jennifer Lynn, dude, I didn't want to share this in group, but I got this pic of Frankie. Promise you won't share. Then it says, of course I won't share. He's still following me on IG. This is his penis picture.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Holy fuck.
This is an old picture of J and K. This is Critical K here, and this is J. They were like young as hell. Guys, here's the picture. It says Mandy's house. Is she having, I don't know, something fucking exorcism or some shit? Mandy annoys the fuck out of me, and then she says, I don't know what it is about that chick. Laugh my ass off, Stanton. She goes, yes, I just get a certain feeling from her that I don't like. She is very, I don't know, she's weird as fuck. Yes. And then this has this is Critical K's face, and who is this?
Well, I think that speaks volumes. I never say that nobody should have their views on whatever they want, but that's one kind of thing that really gets to me. I hate that word, and Queen's right. She said it with a hard ER. And how usually black creators that cover true crime bore her. So she said it out of her own goddamn mouth, so therefore, why should she be striking anybody and or throwing a hissy fit when she's the one who said it? What the hell, Jay? If you feel some type of way and you feel that way, okay, that's fine. You know what? It is what it is. But keep it to yourself, because once you send a message, a voice message, anything, becomes pretty much fair game, because, you know, you cross somebody the wrong way, they have the freedom to share. Nothing on there was any personal information. There was no names, no numbers shown, nothing. It was completely and utterly, anything that could have been showed was redacted for the privacy of the people. So the privacy was made sure that, you know, that was all covered. That was all set. But Jay, you only have yourself to blame, honestly. Those things came out of your mouth. You typed those text messages. And you're supposed to be true crime. I mean, I am literally, I can't say I'm completely shocked and blown away just because of how she is. But wow. Literally wow. I mean, let me get my little spiel that I have to do all the time. Everything that I say and discuss here is theories, speculation. It's all in my own opinion, which I'm allowed to have. It's my feelings on things. It's not unless I have actual factual receipts to prove it. Take nothing as factual. Do your own research. My chat has their own opinions as well. I do not control my chat. They are allowed to think how they would like to think, and they are allowed to have the freedom of, expressing their opinions. And it's for entertainment purposes. And please, do not dox, harass, stalk, or do anything towards anybody mentioned in this live. And or do not do anything like that in the chat. Because that, we're just saying our opinions. I want to say I'm surprised, but if people want me to be honest, I'm not surprised. I mean, she's had problem with. I mean, look at all the problem that she's had with men that are in true crime. Like, I don't even know if her subscribers have seen this, or I have no idea. I don't even know if she's talked on it. Nothing. I don't know because I don't watch her. But yeah, wow. But it is. I mean, Queen Bee will appeal. It'll be reviewed by a human, and it'll show that there's nothing that was shared, that's private, that was shared publicly, because no names were shown, no phone numbers, nothing like that. So there was no there is nothing that leaked out their privacy and would put them in any kind of danger or anything like that. Because Queen Bee knows what she's doing. She's done this plenty of times. But it still did kind of throw me off guard, just hearing it. Just hearing it come out of her own mouth. It's like, what in God? What? I can see if she did anything about, or gave a comment about no, it seems she's definitely, I think she's deleting that stuff off of
Oh yeah, she is. I already told you I saw that on social media.
meaning on Kick. I don't know, maybe she made a community post.
Dawned over Austin, Texas. Heidi Broussard and her newborn daughter.
Sorry about that. Didn't know that wasn't gonna. Okay, here we go. 4 hours ago. Wait, what? See. That's what a case. I figured she wouldn't put anything out on her main. I have not heard anybody. I haven't. If anybody's heard her talk about it, I mean, I'm just. Wow. Well, now we see the true colors shining through, and you know what? We don't need that kind of shit here. We're good. We are good over here with the creators we have, and the subs, and the members, and the mods. We're good over here. We don't need you. You going and turning on everybody. Did it hurt people? Of course, because it was a tight community. But did we really lose too much? No, not really. Because you just did exactly what you always say BJ said, does, and everything like that. You gone and run your mouth, and you are doing exactly what BJ does. So, in my opinion, and I'm allowed to have that opinion. What was it Clue call? It's either Clue or Queen call her Big Back 2.0 or whatever. BJ, I don't know. All I know is I know people have stuff in the past that they said that they, shouldn't have, but still, that's a little bit of a stretch. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit more severe than just kind of whoopsie daisies. But anyway, so yes, Seth went Seth went live last night. We were watching. He was trying to figure out how to strike Queen, even though she was playing it through Rumble, and you can't strike cross platforms. It was being streamed on Rumble, and she was reviewing the Rumble stream. So, unless it was she reviewed it when he was live on his YouTube, that's a different thing. He's
a special kind of special.
in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think he's lost it. I literally think he lost it. I just looking at him, the way he speaks, like, there's something not right. Something's wrong, and I don't know what it is. I'm not going to speculate what it is, because that's not for me. He is a father who's grieving in a way because he's missing his child. That I will give him all day. Yes, that is his child. He loves his son, and it has torn him apart, just like Katie and Chris has torn, his heart apart because his son is missing. And nobody should ever have to go through that. That I will say. But let's get into it.
Let me do this real quick. Over here, mute that. Everybody can hear me fine? I want to thank everybody for coming into my life today. There's been some things going on. There's been a lot of horrible things going on YouTube as of late. Some despicable things. Some of the stuff I'm not even going to address. It's disgusting. Awesome. Thank you. Ellie Power Star. I'm trying to get things. I haven't been on here in a while, obviously. There's several YouTubers out there. I want to thank for keeping Sebastian's name going out there. I know you guys haven't seen me for a while. And I do appreciate everybody that's been handing out flyers, continuing to talk about Sebastian. I continue to ask people to hand out flyers because that's been my main thing, to ask everybody. Hand out flyers. Continue to talk about him. Keep your eyes open.
Well, yeah, of course you're gonna ask everybody to do it, because guess what? Guess who's not doing any of the above mentioned?
Is out there. The only goal that I have is to find my son and to bring him home. There are a few things that I do want to address. People using my name, sending my name out in emails and stuff without addressing it with me. Anybody that's doing that, they should be talking with me first. I just want this to be a record that not everybody's speaking with me. People using my son's name to be a promotion to do something, if they are not speaking with me or my son's mother, and prefer they're speaking with both of us, or if they're doing some type of event that they are having either Katie Lynn Proudfoot or me, Seth Robert Rogers, at the event to make sure that it is properly done. And when I say properly, that we're there to make sure that it is being done, that it's probably not an official type of thing.
Now, I don't know if he's talking about the event such as Pig Fest or whatever it was. But I don't recall there being any Pig Fest having anything put on for Sebastian. He could be talking about something else. I'm not sure.
If people are going to be doing that sort of stuff, please make sure that you're obeying by the laws. You know, I'm not up for any type of vandalism, violence, or any of that sort of stuff. No trespassing, no impeding people's way to their work, no trespassing on people's property, not interfering with people getting to work, not violating people's spaces, not trespassing on their property. I heard something about somebody doing something on Sebastian's birthday. I have not been made aware of this. I don't know if Katie has been made aware of this, but whatever you're doing, please do not be harassing Chris and Katie at their house. Even if it is true that I heard that they don't even live there anymore.
Okay, he says don't harass them at their house. But then he says, even though rumor has it that they aren't living there anymore, how about that you add in where do not try to seek out where they're living, and wherever they are residing, please do not harass them. It should just be a general statement, in my opinion. Don't harass them in general. I don't know. I don't know if it was who showed it, but it was Katie and Chris, because people were starting to trespass. So I don't remember if it was Queen or who I saw it on. So.
And they have somebody else living there. Do not be harassing Chris and Katie's neighbors. Yes, Sebastian resided there, but he also resided here. People drive up and down this, take pictures of my house. I've had people come to my house. You come here and you ask for flyers and stuff, and I will give them to you. I do not have a problem with that. Chris does have a problem with people coming to his house. Chris
has every right to have a problem with people coming to his house. Sorry, my mic muted on me for a second. Because I know Seth has received them as well, so I'm not counting him out. But with everything that, a lot of it that Katie and Chris have been put through, I wouldn't want anybody coming up to my front door because Katie was the last one to be seen with him, so they get a little bit more, you know, they get a lot of threats and stuff like that. So that's probably why they don't want them coming up to the door. Or Chris, and he's just trying to protect his wife, which I don't see anything wrong with.
Has a problem with that. Katie has a problem with that. I do not have a problem with people coming to ask me for flyers and stuff. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with people looking for my son. I want my son found. I can only speak for myself. I do not speak for anybody else. Let it be clear. I want my son found. I speak for myself. I have flyers if people need them, and I have no problem handing flyers to people to spread that at all. Now, I have a problem for people speaking for me. People say that they do speak for me. Not everybody speaks for me. I speak for myself. There were some emails that were sent for a previous event, an organization. I went to that event. Me and several other people went to that event. I enjoyed the event. I spoke with several people at the event. The community has not forgotten that Sebastian is missing. The people that were serving food were a lot of Sebastian's classmates. People that were there with the organization that were doing the event know that Sebastian was missing. The only reason I wanted to go was to let them know that I was there representing Sebastian. I wanted them to know that as his father, I was still there because Sebastian was part of that. And I wanted them to know that I was there. And I appreciate the fact that they knew who I was and that Sebastian has not been forgotten. And I appreciate Hendersonville for understanding where I am coming from and that my son is my life. And I appreciate the fact that they know that I was there. And I appreciate them understanding that I felt it when I was walking through there. That's Sebastian's dad. I heard that a lot. And then I heard the conversations that they were having about Sebastian after they saw me. I was there wearing Sebastian shirts. And I heard them having conversations about Sebastian. And that is what touched me. Because my son is not here. I have a problem with people in there, in that community. That problem happens to be the sheriff's department. That problem happens to be the DA's office. These are people, I believe, that are not doing their job the way they should have done their job. Because my son has not been found.
And in my opinion, the reason why he's saying this is because he emailed Sumner County Sheriff Office telling them the 15 different steps that they must do while finding his son. That I believe that, don't quote me, I believe that is when Ellie stopped communicating with Seth. So Seth just does not like the fact that they're not communicating with him. Now, he'll go on to talk about Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock, who he's not my sheriff, but he has found a missing child, and I've never gotten a bad vibe off of him. He works very hard. They're all working on it. So there's only so much they can literally do with nothing pointing to anywhere. This case is very, very hard.
It's not with the individual people in the community. I know people in the community know that Sebastian is missing, and I know that they are wanting Sebastian found individually. I would love for the sheriff's department to grow a set and have some responsibility, and I'd like them to actually speak about my son. Not say what they're doing, but actually speak about what they have done. Not what they are doing, but what they have done. Or even come out and speak and state that they are still working on it. But instead, they will not even do that. They're keeping it so tight-lipped that it seems that they're not doing anything. And to bring that up, I would like to know why it is that Brandon Carter, the one detective on the case, which I have multiple text messages from this person, states that he is the only detective on the case as of now because they have gotten rid of Tim Bailey because he has retired last year. They never put any more people on the case. But I have multiple text messages stating that he's busy in court on other cases, which state that he is not even only working on Sebastian's case. He is just a detective that is working on Sebastian's case. which means he is a detective with multiple cases, and Sebastian is just one of the cases that he is on. And he does not even have the integrity to tell the truth.
See, this is where this is where my problems start. You just said he's got a handful of cases. There are tons of missing kids in Tennessee, in different counties and everything. He is one investigator who can obviously only do so much. It does not help that the fact is a lot of LE places aren't funded enough to do and use more resources, which that if they could, they would in a heartbeat. And just, you know, from my knowledge, Sumner County has not stopped looking. They are still investigating, still going forward, everything. But he said that this detective is only one person, and Sebastian's only one person. That is one child that is missing of many that he's trying to work on. And it's not a takeaway from Sebastian, but one investigator can only do so much at one time. Like, honestly, what do you... I don't know why he doesn't understand that his child isn't the only one missing. Of course he wants Sebastian home and found. All of us do. It's coming up on 2 years. It's heartbreaking. But there are other kids missing. They can't solely focus on one case.
That's the kind of stuff that leads to... It just leads to me believing nothing that comes out of his mouth. When you sit there and lie over and over and over again, and I start catching you in a lie over and over, and it's not just one lie, it's multiple lies, at which point in time do you actually think that I'm going to believe any of your lies? Brandon. Somebody in law enforcement, you're supposed to represent the badge does not represent you. Catch you in too many lies, you're just a criminal. You're just the person that uses the badge to get whatever you want, which makes you just about as useful as a holy blanket. I don't know what your protocol is in Sumner County for only having one detective on the case, but when you have only one detective on multiple cases, every case is going to suffer, which then leads to resources. You have a sheriff that's asking for multiple resources, and he's asking for more resources.
Of course he's going to ask for more resources. They are around the entire United States. A lot of police departments are underfunded. They don't have the money. Their money and their expenses have been cut. It just comes off as Seth blaming them and needing resources when the money for those resources can't they can't receive because there's not enough funding. That is what it is. It's not the only police department that suffers. I mean, come on. You know, they're defunding a lot of things, and that means that only so much can be done. And only so much can be done at a fast pace, all at once, and everything. They have limited funds, they have limited staff. It's not their fault. But they're doing the best that they can with what they can.
To pay his people, but then he's turning around and he's asking the city for $223,000, I believe is what he asked for at the last city meeting, so that he could turn around and rebuild his office. But you should be working out of a tent to solve cases before you worry about the roof over your head. 2 years now is what we're coming up on. And you won't even do a proper. You won't even do a proper TV interview for my son You can't even put his picture up when you sit there and speak about him. You guys don't do a proper scene. My son went missing, and you guys immediately 8 days. 8 days, you guys want to sit there and you call in so many different counties. But the scene was handled horribly. You treat it as a runaway, but you don't even know if it's a runaway or not. How many days did it take for y'all to turn around?
And Seth, we don't know if it's not a runaway. We have no clues. There's no evidence. There's no clues. There's nothing that, is out there pointing in any kind of direction. If there is, they are trying their best to go every which way. Like, I don't know why he thinks he should be treated different than anybody else when there's nothing they can do with it. And that police department and all the other agencies, they need to make money and feed their families too. It's not a thing of they don't want to do it. It's that, how can they?
And get, not public announcement, it's a press conference. Thank you. Sorry, my brain has been running 24/7 so long that half the time I don't know if it's day or night or, I'm confused by the fact that they don't follow protocol for any of the stuff that they're supposed to be doing. I'm confused by what I see on the internet. I mean, there's a child missing, and I see true crime people putting my son's name in the title.
That would be directed at BJ, mind you. Because anything that has to do with, saying something like in the trauma portion of this community, nobody uses Sebastian's name, #nothing, because I would be ultimately disrespectful. But there is one person on YouTube that does, that says she's going to go over true crime, puts the hashtag in the name, and never gets to it. So, BJ, I think he's talking to you.
Titles of their video.
Hi, Cola. Good to see you. Yeah, I know everybody's gone over this. I just wanted to, I'm just trying to give my opinion. I'm looking at both sides. The mother and stepfather are just in just as much pain as Seth is. His son's missing. There's no leads. There's no nothing. It's coming up on 2 years. They are all suffering without their son. But it's not just Seth that's suffering. It's Seth, Katie, and Chris. And it doesn't matter if Chris is, quote unquote, the stepfather. Yeah. But you want to know something? I have a bio father. But my mom remarried to my stepdad. But I don't see that man as my stepdad. That man is my father. Because, Seth, you have him every other weekend. You guys do your own thing. So when he's with Mom and Chris, you don't, that's, I hate that people do that. They don't think that a step-parent should be called a parent. When you marry in, when somebody already has kids, yes, technically step-parent. That doesn't mean you're not a parental figure to those kids. In my opinion.
A lot of times step-parents do more for...
Hi, Lucia. How are you? I'm just, things are going, it must be this retrograde everybody's talking about, because things are popping off. Let's see. Jay's privacy struck queen or a mod of Jay's. We were just going over that. The big blowout. Jay being over on Kick and playing Clue Jingo now or whatever it is. And just, we all know she was pro Seth in the beginning. And then as time progressed, she was,
Pro Chris and Katie. Pro Chris and Katie.
Yeah, then she saw it from a different side. Now, one of the streams I heard a bit of was, no, I haven't apologized to Chris, or I apologize to Chris, but no, I haven't talked to him, and I don't plan to. So I don't know if maybe it's switching up. I have no idea. This freaking the YouTube streets are blowing up day after day after day after day. I mean, I don't know much about retrograde and stuff like that. I just know that it can put, make people, and actually I do want to look that up. What does it mean when Earth is it appears to move backwards in the sky. Oh, planet. Illusion. Oh, it appears the sky and Earth moving faster. Okay, so what? Retro. I can't spell. Mercury. Okay, so Mercury currently. There's several retrograding. Oh, that explains a whole damn lot. Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. Mercury was November 9th, and it will remain retrograde till the 29th. So, we got a... Whoa. So, got a long way to go for that one. Jupiter, which entered retrograde in November, will continue to retrograde until March. Oh, dear Jesus. Uranus until... Oh, that's just great. So it's apparent backwards movement of celestial body from the Earth's perspective, caused by the relevant speeds of orbits. It is believed to move backwards in the sky, leading reflection. So it's kind of the same. What it's pretty much saying is like a retrograde is all these planets that I just read off are in retrograde. It's pretty much like everything seems to be spinning faster and backwards. So that can make a lot of sense to what's going on, because I know Mars is if I remember correctly, is supposed to end on the 29th, but we still have Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. That they're going throughout the new year kind of stuff. Oh Lord. I'm gonna look one more thing up because I find interest in this. I really do. I mean, being a medium, it's not a surprise. I find this interesting, but what? Okay, communication technology and travel leading to misunderstandings, glitches, and delays. See, career and financial stress. How to cope with retrogrades. Slow down, take your time, don't rush into major decisions. Yeah, okay. Double check, review important communication. Yeah. Backup data. Yeah. Use the time for introspect, revisiting the past. Yeah. Be prepared for unexpected changes and go. Okay, so pretty much we're all just screwed while this retrograde's going on. Great. That's just fantastic. Okay, we're gonna continue. Let's go.
Videos. They're making fun of other YouTubers. Hey, if you want to do that, that's all fine. Take my son's name out of it, though. Have a little respect for a missing child. My son's name is not in this title. It's just been too long. Because there's a lot of stuff that's just been too long. There's just a lot of stuff that's just been too long. There's been too long. Been too long. Let's go with been too long. How about it's been too long since I've seen my son?
And this is where Seth starts to spaz out for some sort of reason. I do not know. It goes on, been too long. Now this is a... Oh, everybody's saying it now, but let's really listen to it. Like, it just seems to just flow out of his mouth.
Because there's a lot of stuff that's just been too long. There's just a lot of stuff that's just been too long. There's been too long. Been too long. Let's go with been too long. How about it's been too long since I've seen my son? It's been too long since I've been able to talk to my ex-wife about my son. How about it took 9 months, Katie, for you carrying our son, all right, 9 months, over 9 months, because Sebastian was late. It was more than 9 months that you carried him because Sebastian was late. Sebastian was born on December 7th, 2008, and he was 5 days late. 5 days late. All right, 5 days late. So many complications. And I was there with you for every one of them. And I was there with you for the whole pregnancy, babe. I'm sorry. I should.
And if you just got that, yes, you heard it right. B just said, I was there with you through it all, babe. Calling Katie babe. Now, I don't know what the hell is going on with him where he's revisiting all this stuff. What's going on, if it's mental health, if it's something in my opinion, this is my opinion, if there could be something else going on, he's finally cracking and I don't know, but this is like talking about her pregnancy, talking about how you were there for her through everything and everything. I don't understand the whole point of bringing that up. Because what does that have to do with Sebastian missing? But then again, as he continues to talk, kind of comes together.
I can call you, babe. I was there the whole time, Katie. I was there the whole time. You and I created this wonderful being that was gifted to us by God. And Sebastian decided that he did not want to come out when the doctor said he was supposed to come out. He was stubborn before he even came out. He was like, nah, I'm not going to listen to you. Nope, not going to come out. I'm going to stick around. Came out December 7th, which happens to be my dad's birthday, too. So he comes out December 7th. Pearl Harbor Day. December 7th, my dad's birthday, and we are blessed with this miracle. Why is it, Katie, that in order for me to speak with you, I have to talk to this thing that you have decided is your husband now?
Well, there's plenty of reasons why. Those who have read what was in their divorce decree, about abuse, and even teachers are scared to be around you, allegedly, around you by yourself. Chris is there to protect his wife because he's his wife, not you. Or he's her husband, not you. And stepfather, not. He has been helping raise Sebastian. So it's not just because me and you had a child, that we should only just talk. And it should be private, and it should be without... No, because you want to know what? Chris Proudfoot has been in Sebastian's life for many years now. He's helped bring him up. Katie married him. It's not like it's some random guy or some random boyfriend. Literally, they've been married. He has been in Sebastian's life. So, he is a part of Sebastian's life. He is a father figure. In my opinion, that's how I see it. Because he's accepted Sebastian as his own. We all know it. We can all hear it. For God's sakes, he has something to say about the dark side. He doesn't want to tell stories because we'll all twist it. Which is total BS. Because how many times has Chris come up on panel and he's told us personally that he's told us personally stories. We have learned an amazing amount of cool, quirky, things about Sebastian, things he loves, things he likes to do, just his personality and everything like that. And we've all learned that through Chris and Katie, and we enjoy learning about him. So Seth, if you were to even come over here and talk about him, why would we twist that? It allows us to get to know how Sebastian is, who Sebastian is, what he likes to do, what he's done in the past that he had fun with. It informs us more than anything. So saying, I can honestly say I have learned 10 times more about Sebastian's personality and how amazing he is through his stepfather, Chris Proudfoot, than I have through Seth. I've learned through Chris and Katie when they're on panels. I have not learned, except for things that shouldn't have ever been, talked about that Sebastian went through. I don't recall a moment really where I really learned much about who Sebastian is. Not, he's this, no. Personality, hobbies, funny things, funny stories, milestones, and everything like that. Favorite colors, favorite foods, all of that. I don't think I mean, if you guys have, maybe you can correct me, but I don't believe I've learned a damn thing about Sebastian and who Sebastian is through Seth, except for traumatic experiences. That's all I've heard him bashing Katie and Chris. If I'm wrong, you guys can tell me in the chat if I'm wrong. But I have not seen or heard, I should say, anything from him that has taught us about who Sebastian Rogers is. As a person, as a teenager, as a kid. So you cannot sit there and say that if you come over to the dark side and tell us stories, we'll just twist it. No. Because the whole purpose for us being so involved in this case and wanting to help as much as possible is hearing every story that could be told. It gives us insight. It gives us knowledge. It shows us who Sebastian is. It gives us an image and thoughts that we get to learn. So I don't understand. I don't. I'm gonna quickly put on actually a song for Sebastian, because I have to use the little girl's room, the little ladies' room. So I hope you guys don't mind. But but I'm going to run to the bathroom. Y'all behave, please. Mind your business. Do talk about good things in here. Okay. Show some love for me to come back to. All of the things. As Roro says, all the things. Okay, I'm putting this on and I shall be right back.
And still whisper your name. February wind still whisper your name. Sebastian, the world hasn't been the same. Your smile lit up every room you walk through, and now we light green lanterns praying they reach you. Your parents hold on to every memory, every laugh, every hug, every melody. We won't stop searching, we won't let go until you're safe, until you're home. Light it up green, let the lanterns rise, a beacon of hope in the darkest skies. Say a prayer, share his face, let love and faith fill every space. Sebastian, come back where you belong. We're holding on. We're holding strong. There's a sea of hearts that beat for you. Strangers turn family, all pulling through. Every post, every prayer, every tear we shed, is a promise that your story will be widespread. Green glows in windows and streets in our hands, a signal of love that forever stands. You're missed beyond words, beyond measure or time. Sebastian will never stop reading the signs. Light it up green, let the lanterns rise, a beacon of hope in the darkest skies. Say a prayer, share his face, let love and faith fill every space. Sebastian, come back where you belong. We're holding on. We're holding strong. So light it up green, let the world know Sebastian's loved more than he could ever know. And until the day he walks back home, we'll keep the light burning, never alone.
Okay, I'm back. To anybody that comes across this video, whether it's the live or replay, this is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He's been missing since February 25th, 2024. He is level 1, he's on autistic spectrum level 1. If you happen to see him anywhere, please call Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838 or 1-800-TBI-FIND, or your local PD. If possible, get a picture or a video that you can submit so, you know, it can be very much determined, or if you can't keep them within your sights, you have something visual to be shown. He's 16, he will be 17 very soon, and it's time we bring him home. So, but back to what we were watching.
He had nothing to do with you and I creating Sebastian. He has nothing to do with Sebastian. He had nothing to do with you and I having a son. He had everything to do with us not being together now. Has everything to do with Sebastian not being.
And Seth, that it is what it is. It's called life. It's been years. Katie moved on. Katie found a man that she loved and loved her, and they got married. Yes, you two had a child together. That is something you two share for life. But that does not mean that Chris Proudfoot doesn't belong in his life or isn't a part of his life, because he very much so is.
Here now has everything to do with you and I not being together, has everything to do with not being a family. And that's fine. It's okay. It's okay with him having everything to do with destroying the family that you and I had. That's fine. That's fine. But why is it that I can't sit there and speak with you about trying to find our son unless I speak to this thing that thinks he's a man? Because let me give you my opinion. Just mine. Just my little opinion. As a man, if any male wants to sit there and look at another man's wife and decide that he is going to take that person from that other guy and court them, which I don't even think he courted you. But if another male is going to look at a female that is married and decide that they're going to take them from another person that's married, that male needs to remember that when he takes that female from that male and that female has a child, he needs to remember that he's not taking just the female. He is also needs to be responsible for protecting that male's offspring with his life.
Which Chris Proudfoot has done ever since he met Katie. Treats him as his own, protects him as his own. Accepted Katie and Sebastian, not just Katie. He accepted them both. So what you just described is what Chris did. He married her knowing that she had a child prior. And we know that he was fully involved in Sebastian's life. He was always there to protect Sebastian. So why you're so consumed by just hating him and thinking that he's hasn't stepped up to fulfill a role to be a part of your son's life, I just don't understand. I don't freaking understand. AD, he does me as well. I honestly don't know if he's officially having a breakdown. I don't know. But he just stated, when you accept a female and that female has a child, you accept both of them. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, hell, Chris, that's what Chris has done. I know we've all seen things. They've been in my videos where he's teaching him how to ride a bike, how to use an excavator, going fishing. He's doing exactly what you're talking about. So, it's just such a, it contradicts everything, because you're saying, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. Well, Chris is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. But to be honest, I think sometimes AD, that has been my personal theory as well. And I don't mind stating my personal theory along with AD, because it's my own opinion. It is something that has sat in as a gut feeling, my intuition, which is usually always spot on, like 99.9% of the time. Like, there's always a chance it's not. But my thing is that when he renewed his contract with That Night, it was for 2 years. Sebastian was 16, which means after the 2-year contract, he would be 18. And that always stood out to me in a very, very big way. So that's just my opinion and my thought. Doesn't mean that's what he did. I don't think he hurt his son at all. I don't think he'd ever hurt his son. Just like Chris and Katie wouldn't. I don't think he did anything to him. I don't think he, unalive. I don't think any of that. But just in my opinion, when that contract was renewed, it just stood out to me, and very boldly. And it really made me think. Could that be the case? Sure. Could it not be? Sure. Nothing's off the table. Ellie has said nothing is off the table. So, I asked my son his opinion. Keep in mind, I agree. I do agree, AD, and yep, see? And children on the spectrum, like your son, I could even ask my 7-year-old, because kids on the spectrum, especially, they take things in a lot. They can really judge character. They can really pick up on things we can't pick up on. He said if he felt like he wasn't wanted, he would run. Yeah, you got a smart boy there, AD. You got a smart boy, definitely. You know, maybe things just didn't go according to plan. This is all speculation. Maybe there was a plan set up, didn't go the right way, so nobody really does know where he is. And it just kind of backfired. Who knows? Or Sebastian was running away because he didn't want to go live with Seth. We won't know until we actually have Sebastian home and get the details, because that's the only person that knows why they would run away is Sebastian. Age 2 of 15, 115, 119, and they will think the same way. Yep. I have a 16, 14, 7, and 20-month-old, and it's between my oldest and my 7-year-old, the 2 boys I have. They pick up on a lot, and they'll feel something out, and they will, I don't know, they just, things, it always amazes me what comes out of their mouth, and just how it makes you think and how accurate it could possibly be. No, my 16-year-old, well, he's not like our 7-year-old. No, he's not autistic. My oldest is not autistic, but he does pick up on things here and there. Like, he's in tune with things. He's a very, very good kid. But my 7-year-old, I'll tell you what, if he feels one way or the other, if he has one opinion, he literally will state his opinion, and it'll be whatever he feels, whatever had happened, whatever he feels, he will state. And I take that into huge consideration, because I've always seen kids on the spectrum that they have a different level of sensitivity and knowing by their pure innocence. And I don't know, there's just something about people on the spectrum that really bring a big, how do I word this? That I take their opinions into big consideration, because they don't just say things just because they want to. They say what they feel. They say what they mean. And I think that's one of the best things, you know, and my brother is the same way. Let's see. He didn't want to go with, yes. They don't have a filter, so whatever they're thinking, whatever they're feeling, whatever they think and come up with is purely unfiltered, and they are completely straightforward. And a lot of times, I have seen them be correct quite a bit of times. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm trying to. Alright, there you go. But that's exactly correct. They have no filter. They don't. Their brains work differently, but in the best of best ways. Just like a lot of kids on the spectrum, their hearing can be way more intensified than ours. Like they can, my brother would know that a thunderstorm was coming even before any of us heard the slightest rumble. He knew. He already knew. And I find it absolutely incredible. That's why I say people who are autistic aren't different. They're unique. They're amazingly unique and special in a lot of different ways. And that's just that's just my opinion. That's how I feel. Oh, not Rumble. I was talking about people on the spectrum. Like, you, little bro, you always knew a thunderstorm was coming because you could hear it way before me, mom, or dad even knew it was coming or heard anything. You heard it before us. You knew it was coming before us. Always. It was just one of your things. Super sensitive. You're like it. You always called it. So, yep, that too. You've learned how to do that. It's just incredible. Wait, what happened to my... I don't know what's going on in my chat box. It's okay. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I had to fix it real quick because my cords are all bunched up on me. But it's very possible that he really died. I mean, I think it's a very good possibility, in my opinion, that he didn't want to go and live with his father, and maybe running away seemed to be like the only way to do it. We won't know until he's home. We won't, and we can speculate. We can come up with theories and everything. We all have our own opinions, but until he's home safe, we will not know for sure what's really happened and what's really gone on and what really happened. Did he run away? Did this happen? Did that happen? And I'm hoping sooner than later we can find out the answers to all those questions.
Because that offspring is that male's life. And for your, whatever you want to call him, to ask me that question that he asked, what are you going to do if it goes south within 30 minutes of walking through the front door?
Seth, the thing is, when it's a case like this and a kid goes missing, unfortunately, you know, I've listened to plenty of true crime. Unfortunately, you have, I don't know if it really was in the first 30 minutes. I doubt that, because there's Ellie everywhere, and he sat there for 30 minutes before even going in, so I don't know if, I'm only taking some of what he says with a grain of salt, but at the end of the day, when your child does go missing, and you're aware of true crime and kind of things that happen, it is a question. What if something happened? It's to prepare yourselves for the worst but hope for the best. It's just what it is. And it's sad. It sucks. It's not easy. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to even imagine that something could be possible like that. But in reality, it's at a point you do have to think like that. You have to think about what ifs. And that's just my opinion.
After he quote unquote gets to Memphis as fast as from Memphis to your house, because it's your property, remember? Ask me, what are you going to do if it goes south? That question alone tells me he's not a man or a father, because no man or father would ever ask another father, what are you going to do if it goes south? Because no father would ever ask another father what he's going to do, because a father already knows the answer to that question. No father would ask another father that question, because a father knows the answer without ever asking that question.
And see, okay, we see it again right here. He's just repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. I don't know. I can't put my finger on what's going on. Like, it's like he's trying so hard to function, but there's some, obviously this is going to take a toll on all the parents. Having your child missing, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to have a toll taken on you, when your child has been missing for so long and there's nothing to go on. There's no clues, there's no leads. It's going to take a huge, huge toll on you and your mental health. But with that being said, there are things out there for parents of missing children to seek out stuff like therapy, stuff like that, while they're going through this, to keep stable. Because it's not something that's easy to deal with. I don't know what the hell I would do. I can't tell you why I could tell you what I do, but I can't imagine the fear, the hurt, the pain. I'd be out there every second of every day looking for my child or children, but I'm not in their shoes. I can't even begin to understand what they've gone through, all three of them. But it seems like bit by bit, Seth's taking a real beating, and I'm not gonna lie, it is sad to see, because it's just really, I think it's really taken a toll on him, and I think he needs to take advantage of the resources that parents of missing children are offered. So once Sebastian comes home, everything is stabilized, and until that process, of them being reunited is done, get him through. Get him through it. You know, all of it. Because I just can't put my finger on quite what he's going through.
And Chris, you already know that answer. It's a shame that you didn't have one in your life to answer that question for you. But you should know the answer. Just by my look. You should know. You're a despicable waste. Pray that my son is found. He's found healthy. Pray. 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 My son deserves better than you. Pray. My son has been failed by CPS. My son has been failed by the Sheriff's Department. My son has been failed by TBI. My son has been failed by the DA of Sumner County. My son has been failed by so many people. It's infuriating. And things need to change. And I'm coming here today because I feel like I need to remind Sebastian's Army that when I ask you all to hand out flyers, I'm serious. Hand out flyers. We have to keep our eyes open. We have to. If you stop looking and you stop handing out flyers, then you've given up. I refuse to give up. I have faith that my son is out there. I have faith that my son.
Yes. But the thing is you can't just say all these people failed. Because in reality, in my opinion, and Katie and Chris have been very open. They know that we are going to look at them in a different way, especially Katie, because she was the last one seen. Katie has even stated she would be worried if people didn't suspect her or didn't have some kind of type of feeling about her. But it's not just all those agencies that failed him. The parents failed him. All three. And I hate saying that. But it is what it is. All three parents in some way or form have failed Sebastian. Now, it's up to those parents to do all they can to bring him home because they did fail him. So it's not all just all these agencies, Seth. It's much more. It's the parents, it's the family, it's a lot of things. It's not just everybody else but you. It's including the parents, in my opinion.
Son will be found because that's all I have. I have faith in God. I have faith in Jesus. My son will be found. I have faith in God that God put his only son here because I am not perfect. And he put his son here for my sins so that I have something to strive for. And I am here because my son is here. And my son being here is what I strive for, to be here for him. And I am here to find my son. I am here to find him. I'm not done making memories with my son. This is a setback in life. I need people to sit here and help find my son. Help by passing out the flyers. I believe it was 3 days ago, I shared a flyer yet again. It is an FBI flyer that I shared to my post. Use that flyer. I do not know why Sumner County does not want the FBI flyer used. It's petty. It's petty. But that's the flyer I'm going to use, is the FBI flyer. I don't understand why Sumner County is a little pissing match with the FBI. But I definitely would trust the FBI over Sumner County. I know that's a big stretch for some people to trust the FBI over Sumner County. In this world, it's really hard to figure out who to trust. But what it boils down to is I have to trust the FBI more than I trust Sumner County. There's a lot of problems, and we need to be willing to actually march our issues all the way to our representatives, our state representatives, our Senate representatives. We need to remember that we are the people. We are the people. Our children suffer every time that we elect these people to represent us, and they don't represent us. They get elected into office, and then all of a sudden they're stealing resources. They're fraudulent. They got multiple $1-million freaking estates while they sit there and they're living in multi-million-dollar estates while they couldn't rub 2 pennies together before they got elected. There is a problem with that, people. There is a problem. It's not the fact that the system has failed. The fact is that we have allowed the system to fail because we have put the people in this position to use.
Where he's going with his whole politic things and position things, I don't quite follow it. One, I really don't do politics, and two, just because people make money, and honestly, law enforcement does not make as much as people make it out to be. I mean, not all of them are in these super multi-million-dollar houses. That's not what's failing. That's not stopping them from doing everything they can. It has nothing to do with finding missing kids. Are there some corrupt people in law enforcement? Yes. Are there people that take advantage of their position? Of course. That's how it is in every job. But just because they make money, the politics part of this portion of the life, I just don't understand how it has anything to do with Sebastian being missing and them still working their asses off to try and find him, because, I mean, that's what they're doing. It's what they've been doing. Just because you don't see them out and about does not mean anything.
Use that system against us because checks and balances are not being used properly. This goes back to economics and government, things that they're supposed to be continuing to teach us. They taught this stuff back in my day in school. And the fact is that we've let it get out of control. It goes all the way back to, how is it that these mayors are still in control over and over and over again? They shouldn't be. There needs to, term limits is one thing, but the sheriff be in there. How many times? That's just Sumner County. I live in Montgomery County. I've since done. His daughter did he did some really messed up stuff with whispering. Where is it? Held accountable is because we the people, if we do not hold them accountable, nobody is going to hold them accountable. We have to hold them accountable. We the people have to hold these people accountable. We do. Sheriffs are elected position. Sheriffs are elected position. Not every place, but most places, the sheriff is an elected position. The real me exactly said the people have to vote them out. You're right. Useless. The sheriff. A lot of upset parents out here. There should be a lot of upset aunts and uncles. There should be a lot of upset teachers. There should be a lot of upset people. Shouldn't just be me. If we are not willing to band together as a people to take care of the problem with our children going missing, being trafficked, being abused, who's going to take care of us in the next generation?
Besides that last little part, I can see where it's coming from, and I can agree. If we don't work to fix what these children go through, and the traffic, that is correct. I mean, we need to make a better future for our children, but that's not just all on us. It's on, law enforcement. It's on a lot of things. And we can only do as much as we can do to make it better. So, that's just my opinion.
There won't be another generation. There won't be another generation. They'll be gone. Maybe it's just different for me. Maybe it's different because I only have one child. Maybe it's different if you have multiple children. But to me, I think that if I had 5 children and one went missing, it wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter if I had one gone missing or none gone missing. Gone almost 2 years, gone almost 2 minutes. Missing for 2 minutes, missing for 2 years. Missing is missing. I'm scared to even share stories about my son because I know you hate channels out there are just going to sit there and twist it. And you know what?
Actually, Seth, it's the exact opposite. Telling stories lets us know and teaches us more about Sebastian. And with parents sharing stories, we're grateful to listen to them and take it in, because then we can create this vision of who Sebastian Wade Drake Rogers is. We can, we'll know more detail. We can know more details, what more to look out for, different, just simple things. Sharing. Nobody's gonna twist anything. The Darksiders, aka that's who they call the hate channels. No, we sit, we listen, because if we can learn anything about Sebastian and stories about Sebastian, we will sit and listen for hours because it gives us a better understanding.
But I don't care. I don't care. I didn't get to see my son. I don't get to see him. I get to hear him. I don't get to hug him. I don't get to make him his favorite meal. Betty's right when it comes to the petition. There is the petition that's online. With the petitions that need to happen are the ones that need to be signed in ink. The ones that I can turn around and take to an attorney and serve the DA's office and serve the sheriff's office.
Now, see, this is a little bit too much. The fact of the matter is since day one, several, oh my God, I can't believe I am blanking out on the word. Several different services, that help with assisting find missing children, have come in with resources and have been involved. The FBI has been involved in it all. If you don't think the FBI isn't working on this constantly, I don't know what to tell you, because they are. Hence why they have their own, they have the poster. They have their own tip line. They have their own way they do things. If they get a tip, say that TBI or the sheriff's office didn't get, they'll be the ones to go to looking into that because they got the tip. But the FBI has been involved. You can't just want just the FBI to take over the whole entire thing, because the fact of the matter is, even if the FBI takes over everything, what really changes in a way? There's still nothing to go on. There's no trace, no trails, no nothing. It is still the same. You're still going to be in the same predicament, even if the FBI, say, took over. They know just as much, if not more, than everybody else that's involved. This case is just really hard because there's nothing. There's just no paper trails. There's just no trail at all. So wanting the FBI to take it over, it's gonna be the same kind of thing that we're going through now, is because there's just nothing, and it breaks my heart that there's nothing. That I pray every day that Sebastian comes home safely. It's almost been 2 years, but the matter of the fact is until they find something to go on, the FBI is not going to do anything differently. They're going to look for something to go on, just like everybody else.
You know, the other day I got up, went to the bathroom.
Oh, that part, Mom, that was debunked. That was about, I believe that was about Seth, or something to do with Seth. It had nothing to actually do with, relating to Sebastian himself. The chat was combed over, and, it was determined it had nothing to do about moving, as far as we know, and how it was talking about something completely different than moving Sebastian around.
Brush my teeth, wash my face. I'm just looking in the mirror. It just hits me. Sebastian would get up and he would run from his room to the bathroom to use the bathroom. Then he'd wash his hands and he'd run across the hallway back to his room. And every time he did, he'd look over to see if I was awake when he ran. To see if he would wake me up, because he knew that if he woke me up, that the next thing he would do, he knew that the next thing that I would do, when I would come into his room, and if I woke up, I was going to come get him. And the best way I like to wake him up is I tickle him, because I love to listen to him laugh. There's nothing better than him just laughing. There's just nothing better. You took that away from me, Chris. You took that away from me.
And see, this is one of the parts that a lot of us creators, it struck us as weird. He's 16, he was 15 when he went missing. I believe that's a bit older than to wake him up by tickling him. I mean, I get the whole point of enjoying his laughter. Everybody enjoys their kids' laughter. But they hit a certain age, that's just not, that just struck a lot of people as odd. And also the fact is that Chris didn't do anything. Chris isn't the reason why Sebastian's not here, and you sitting here blaming him time after time. I mean, what's it solving? Chris didn't do anything. Besides the fact that you and Katie got a divorce and they are now married. And that seems to bother you quite a bit. And it seems to bother you even more now, lately. So, you cannot sit there and point fingers, because you know what? At the end of the day, we don't know if it's anybody's fault. Or if he really did just run away because he didn't want to live with Seth. We don't know. So, he just can't sit there and say it's all his fault. Because you and Katie ended up divorcing. And it took your dream away of a nuclear family, that you, as you so call it. But shit happens, life happens, people divorce, they remarry, and at first I didn't like Chris Pratt because he came in hot at first. But then he said, you know, everything kind of settled down, and it was really taken into account what was going on. And he learned that it's best not to just put pure rage in. I have never heard them ever blame Seth or even for a second think Seth had anything to do that. They have never spoke ill of Seth. The only person out of the three that spoke ill of anybody is Seth. About Katie and Chris. That's just how I see it. Not everybody's gonna, agree with me, and that's okay. It's just the matter of fact is, you can't just go say it's his fault because your ex-wife remarried him. And your feelings are hurt, and you wish she was still with you. I'm sorry it hurts, and that sucks. To hurt like that, it does suck. But it's life. It's been years. It's time to get over it and move on. Because you're just using it as an excuse to attack the other two parents that are involved in this situation.
You took it away from me, Katie. You took that away from me. I want it back. And I will fight for everything I can to get that back.
Third eye cracks. Oh, that's my bad. I gotta turn down my horn. I have to turn down my desktop volume because I'm on the laptop. I don't have a lisp. It's called, I need dental work. I done my 5 front teeth. I had root canals, bad panic attack. I'm on, anti-anxiety medication. I don't owe anybody an explanation about, here, I'll give it to you. So, yeah, I don't have my full set of 5 front teeth. I'm not embarrassed by it. So I don't know what you're trying to get at, Third Eye. Yeah, I sound different when I talk. Because I do. I wasn't making fun of her. CV settled. Okay, alright, everybody. Everybody calm down. Mom and Eric, Mom and little bro, calm down. It's okay. Wasn't trying to be mean, but Third Eye, the reason why people will go and say something to other people is because in this sector there's so many nasty, mean people that we don't know if you're here to listen or if you're here to just really make fun of people or anything. It's been very hard, especially over the course of the last few weeks. It's not anything against you. And the echo was because my desktop volume, our laptop volume was too loud. My, when I'm on my desktop, I don't have that issue, but I hope it sounds a little bit better. I hope the echo's gone a little bit. You're very welcome, Third Eye, and welcome in. And I hope you enjoy what we're watching and join the discussion if you'd like. That'd be great.
You have no clue. You have no clue what it's like. You have no clue. You have no clue what I'm willing to do to get it back either. I will fight. This will never be a cold case. As long as I'm alive, this will never be a cold case. I'll never let it go cold. Only way it'll be cold is if I'm dead. And Katie, you don't want me to die. Because you know what happens then.
Now that comment, not only did I find a little weird, but I was watching Clue earlier and she did too. Could that mean Katie knows something? Very possible. Could it just be Seth saying something? very possible. We don't know what it means. Are we gonna kind of look at it like, does Katie know more than she's telling? We don't know. We just don't know why he said that and what is meant by that. But people speculate, of course, and have opinions. And Clue said the same thing. That was a little off-putting. But it could be anything. It could be honestly anything.
We need to start fighting this, not just in the passing out of the flyers. We need to make sure that we start fighting this in the political game, in the political ways to change it. Because if we don't start fighting this the way that they have taken this system and use the system against us, if we don't use that same system to take it back, to make it right, we'll never get our children back. We'll never be able to protect our children the way that we should. Our forefathers that developed this country and wrote the Constitution, that's why it was written the way it was. And it's time. It's time that we start doing what our forefathers did. And we need to use the system the way it was intended to. And it is time to get people out and get the right people in. The money is there. We just need to make sure that the money is going to the right resources. And we need to get the people out and get the right people in and make sure that things are going the right way. Things need to be redone. There is no reason why the Amber Alert system hasn't been redone. I never got an Amber Alert to my phone for my own son.
And anybody who knows Clue, she also said she'd never received an Amber Alert, which that is concerning. And that is something that I believe needs to be fixed, because if the Amber Alerts weren't even received by the family members or the parents or anybody else in Sumner County or in the surrounding towns, that is an issue, and I can agree. And Clue said she didn't ever get an Amber Alert, so I can agree that needs to be fixed. That part does need to be fixed for our children.
I never got the Amber Alert for my own son. That's a problem. There is no reason why I took a Facebook lead and called Lebanon for a lead, and they had never heard that Sebastian went missing, and this was after the Amber Alert. This was 2 weeks after. This was after the 8 days. After the 8 days of searching. And I called, and they had never heard that Sebastian was missing. 8 days. This was after the 8 days of searching. And yet that police department had never once heard that Sebastian was missing. That's a breaking in communication. That means the communication is not complete. That means the system is broken. That means it's not complete. Too much is broken. There's just too much. The police departments are not communicating. Sheriff's departments are not communicating. That means that TBI is competing with other sheriff's departments, which means that even the FBI is not being communicated with by other. Why is there a competition between law enforcement agencies when it shouldn't matter? The child is what matters. The missing person is the victim. It doesn't matter who finds the missing child. What matters is finding the missing child. It doesn't matter who finds the missing child. What matters is finding the missing child. But yet, police departments are competing against each other and don't pass on the information. 2 years now. Going on 2 years, and I shouldn't be going through this shit. Shouldn't be going through this shit. Sebastian shouldn't be going through this shit. Me and Sebastian should have been fishing this weekend. I shouldn't be here on YouTube, sitting here speaking to people about what's going on. But maybe that's what God's purpose is. God's purpose is, hey, I'm going to make you suffer so that you will use that voice I gave you so you can get it out to other people. Because your voice can be heard. Thanks God, I don't want this. But God's going to give me whatever he wants to give me, whether I like it or not. Doesn't matter what I want. Because the only thing I want is my son. But you know what? If this is what is given to me, then I will deal with it the only way I know how to, which is one step at a time. And I will try to fix what is broken, because that's what I try to do. Try to fix what is broken. And there's a lot broken here. I see a lot that is broken. And it's got to be fixed. Because if we continue to let it broken, then tomorrow there is going to be another parent in the same shoes that I am in right now. And I don't want another parent. And I don't want another child in the same shoes that my son is in. One moment. I got to blow my nose. Sorry, sometimes I just don't even know where to. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm hurt. Confused. Too many emotions all wrapped up into one burrito of crap. I have it's going to take a joint effort from everybody. This is not, it's a battle that I can start. This is not a battle that I can do by myself. I can start it. I can be there. I can be all the way up to the steps. I can walk into the building and I can even be the one that hands them the paper and be like, this is what needs to be done. I can put my name on the ballot. I can do every one of them, but it's going to take we the people. It's going to take everybody. It needs to be an actual movement. It needs we the people to get this done. Not, it can't, Lord help me, to sound like my dad, it cannot be half-assed. If it's going to be half-assed, it can't be done. It's got to be full on. It's got to be full on. Anything we're doing 100% all the way. It needs to be worth doing. And this is worth doing. How can you help with the movement? You start in your state. You start in your state, and you start in your state. You start with your representative. You start with who represents you in your county. Who represents you? I put shirts and stuff on the thing because people have been asking me for shirts. You won't find this shirt. This shirt right here is the one that Karen got me. But they're shirts with I've got shirts on the thing. It's the end on the back of them is the FBI flyer.
Yes, he is got shirts for merch, but for a very high price. Not that it's not worth it. Personally, I know Clue did it, and I've thought about it, and I've thought about maybe talking to other creators about doing it again. The wristbands with Sebastian's name on it, I have a bunch of those kind of silicone wristbands on my wrist as it is, and I always get asked about them. People always love them and see them, and that I think I could spread the message of Sebastian a lot easier with like the silicone bands. So I may be looking into that along with asking some other creators if they would want to do something like that, because that's my bracelets always get attention and questions. So, and I don't believe that myself and the other creators would even charge for them, because it's just a way to get the word out, kind of like the flyers are.
That way, and it's got the code on the back for the FBI website, so that it goes straight to the FBI website. What is it? The code on the back? It's I can't remember what they call that right now, but it's got the FBI posters on the back of it, and it's got the code for it, QR code. You scan it, takes you straight to the FBI website. It's got a picture of Sebastian on the front, and on the back is the FBI website. You know, scan the little code. Hey, look, this kid's missing. It's a walking billboard. You know, Kendra, where would you like to search? If you want to come down to Henderson and search, I mean, whoever. The issue with the U.S. Marshals and the FBI, I am working on that. I am working on getting an appointment with the FBI so I can get in and speak to them about coming in and taking over. It takes forever to get an appointment. I mean, every time you go on there and you see Cash Patel is in the middle of dealing with, you know, the Epstein files and all that stuff that's going on, which I really think they should release the Epstein files. Every time that he's doing that stuff, that means I can't get an appointment. I've been trying to get an appointment with Don Botino. I've been trying to get an appointment in with them to speak. I've been trying to get in with an appointment with the FBI. You know, the U.S. Marshals have no control over the TBI here or anything else. They can't. The U.S. Marshals don't do investigations. They do recovery. They can track people down, but they don't do investigations. So I've been working on trying to get in with the FBI. Now I have spoken to my contact with the FBI. I just spoke to him on Friday. We still get tips in every day. They're still following up every tip that they get in. We're still working on this. We're still getting tips in, and we're going to continue to get tips in because we continue to ask people to send in tips. Butterfly Kisses wants to know where I get a shirt. Can somebody? I do apologize. I really haven't been paying attention to chat. I do apologize. I haven't heard from Dog lately. I know that he's been dealing with some things on his own end. Same thing with At Night. Certain things have to happen in order for a lawsuit to happen. Right now, it's not going to happen against them too. Is there sand on properties there in Hinder? I don't understand that. I appreciate that, Pebbles. The issue with Chris McDonough in the cold case is that, again, as long as Sumner County Sheriff's Office won't release or give the case up, I can't get any assistance from anybody else because they won't let anybody come in to assist. I mean, you want to know how upset they were that America's Most Wanted came in? They were so upset that America's Most Wanted came in and did their little TV spill. I'd never heard somebody was so disgusted in my life. Brandon Carter was so disgusted that America's Most Wanted came in. You know, I don't know who called them. They don't need to be coming in here. It's so ridiculous. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, here we are now, almost 2 years later, and they still haven't found my son. I mean, they are so prideful that I'm pretty sure they think that when they go to the bathroom, that the gold industry, you know, follows them and uses their shit for toilet paper. They don't want anybody talking about Sebastian. The sheriff's department doesn't want anybody talking about Sebastian.
I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that they don't want people talking about Sebastian. It's the fact that that detective and that sheriff's office in that county has full jurisdiction of the investigation, and if they feel like they haven't run out of every single thing that they could possibly do, they're not going to give up the information because they're going to try to do everything in their power until they exhaust any and everything possible.
Christopher Proudfoot doesn't want anybody talking about Sebastian. Katie doesn't want anybody talking about Sebastian.
That's false. Chris and Katie talk about him all the time. Chris has been on plenty of panels that talk about him. We've gotten to learn so much about Sebastian through him, so I've actually watched lives with Chris come up, so that's not true.
That whole family, that whole sheriff's department does not want Sebastian mentioned by anybody, because of the simple fact is they want to sweep him underneath the rug, because they know what's going on and they don't want Sebastian being brought up. In order to run for that sheriff's office,
And it is quite funny that he brings this up, seeing as how he's the one who brought out, shortly after Tony came onto the case, or as his spokesperson, he sent out C&Ds telling people not to talk about him, Sebastian, or the fact that his child was missing. So you lost it there because you sent out C&Ds to not, because you didn't want people talking about your son or his disappearance, and now you're blaming everybody else for not wanting people to talk when that's not the case.
I would have to live there. I'd have to live there. And see this person here? If I lived there, do you think that they would not try to have my ass in jail every chance that they got? I mean, think about it. I've got a big mouth, and I don't care about them. And I tell them where to go shove it. And I can't sit here and be an advocate for my son, run down tips and leads, and sit there and be a pain in their rear if I'm wearing orange. And that's exactly where they'd have me. They'd have me in jail as fast as they could go. And I'll be your Huckleberry, but if I'm in jail, they can do whatever they want. And I know how the jail system runs. I know how they run anyways in Nashville. As soon as I would get arrested and get in jail, there's a good chance of possibility I wouldn't make it out alive. I have a feeling I know who this person yeah, I know who you are. I'm not even going to sit there and say your name. I know who you are. Sure, I'll probably strike Queen Bee for streaming me while
This part was actually kind of funny because this is when he finds out that Queen Bee was actually somebody was streaming the live on Rumble. She was streaming the Rumble Live, not the YouTube Live, the Rumble Live, in which you cannot strike somebody for because you can't strike cross-platform. So, yes, he is actually talking about our Queen Bee.
I'm live. She doesn't deserve it. She's one of those hate channels. She can buzz right off, you know? They're not going to sweep my son's name underneath the rug. Oh, yeah, I know. Well, I'm not going to give her any more streaming time. I do appreciate everybody.
The only thing I have to say about Queen streaming is, you know what? Queen's got a pretty big platform too. Just means you're getting the word out there even more. You're just not making money off of it because you're not getting a view on your channel. But it's still getting out to other people that watch Queen. Anybody who plays it, it's getting out there to other people. It's getting whatever you want to say out there. It's just not making you money. That's all it is. But that's the main thing I wanted to go over for tonight because that happened last night, and I know a lot of people have reviewed it, but I wanted to go over it, you know, especially because I as well have autistic kids and, you know, my brother, and it hits close to home. This case has really captivated me, and I have been following it since I learned about it, and I just pray he comes home. Again, Sebastian is now 16, almost 17 years old. You can see his pictures displayed right here. He may look a little bit different because he is almost about to be 2 years older than when he went missing at the age of 15. Last known, his hair is brown, eyes are brown, height is 5'3", and he weighs 120 pounds. He's been missing since February 25th, 2024. from Hendersonville, Tennessee. If anywhere in the world that you see it, you never know where, you could see if you see him, please call Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838 or 1-800-TBI find, or your local law enforcement department to get transferred or to get to where you need to be. The best advice I could give is try and keep eyes on him. If you think it is him, try to get maybe a video or a picture or a video of you calling his name, see if he responds. That's what a lot of people say, is try to say his name, see if he turns around and responds. But I wouldn't go too far so you don't scare him away, because it is coming up on to your mark, and God only knows what could have happened or what he's been through. So if you see something, please say something. If you can't continue having eyes on him, like I said, video, any kind of pictures where you can clearly see the face of the person until somebody arrives to check it out, will be helpful. We want to bring him home. We do. And I pray every day he's brought home. I want to thank my mods, and I want to thank everybody, my subs, and everybody who's been here tonight with me and reviewed this with me. Let's see what the retrograde in the YouTube streets bring tonight, because God only knows. And I'll probably be on about the same time tomorrow. Maybe not a little bit earlier. It all depends. And I hope everybody has a great, wonderful night. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here so much, and thank you for your support. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. So have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.